Jason, there's going to be some new laws for California in 2024 related to cannabis.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was okay now.
Actually, this is more so going to pertain along with companies asking about individuals' cannabis use.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the thing that's going to be happening here is that in 2024, there's going to be a California law that will protect workers using cannabis on their own time, except in a few industries.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's actually very interesting because I personally would have assumed that because it's your own time that you would be fine, but that's not the case. So that's not the case in California. And also, I will be talking about another law that did pass earlier in the year. But before that, let me get back into this. So the thing that's going to be happening is starting January 1st, it will be illegal for employers to discriminate against hiring, firing, or punishing someone based on their use of cannabis when not working away from the workplace. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest.
Interesting.
Yes. So the thing that is happening is that moving forward, employers can still test employees and potential employers can test employees for THC. However, the law is going to stop employers from discriminating against them based if they tested positive.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so that's
guess.
so the thing is that this is not going to say that the employers are just going to it's not giving them the go ahead to automatically start testing all these people. It's just saying that if you test them, you can't really discriminate against them because these people are doing this on their own time.
Interesting.
What are your thoughts?
I do wonder, for what sections, because I know, federally, it's still illegal. So it's they may say you can't test, but and California employees, but how if the California employee works for the federal government or something like that?
So this brings me, I'm going to jump a little bit ahead here. You're right. Federal employees are excluded from this.
Oof.
So federal employees are excluded from this, and also construction workers are excluded from this.
Interesting.
Okay. Yes, it was wild to even think about this, by the way, because the thing is that I think personally, it makes sense for the federal employees, but I think also it does make sense a little bit too for people working in the construction industry because they think that it might impair some of their work. So yeah, so it is still. I didn't even know, first off, that this was a thing that employers were doing, discriminating, punishing, firing based on what you're doing outside of work, because you already had gotten hired. So it's if you're doing the job and still performing it correctly, it's why are they going to be discriminating against you?
I think it's more if your productivity starts declining or they suspect it and it's against their policy, they could probably test you or something.
Yeah. So it is interesting. It is interesting to hear because it's I know California has also been a lot more relaxed with some of these, with the use of cannabis and the use of some of these products, cannabis products, things with THC in them.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to hear that it's going to that this has already this is going to be starting in 2024.
I think the thing with me is that only construction workers, if the rationale is that construction workers, they're doing something and they're gonna potentially destroy the place, but there's a lot of other really important jobs that probably should, not probably should, is if you're gonna stop construction workers, how about train drivers,
Yeah. So
or people who fly airplanes?
the people who fly airplanes would be yeah, I would imagine it would be those people. But yeah, right now it's just saying federal employees and those who work in federal employees who work in buildings and also construction trade will not be protected under this new law.
Federal workers who don't work in buildings, they're fine.
Yeah, so it's wild. It's wild. Yes, federal employees. Oh, sorry, and those who work in buildings. Yes. So yeah. So, but the thing is too, there's one last piece to this, and before that, I want to say that if you stuck around this long. Consider subscribing if you like this type of topics. We come out with videos daily. We have a library of over 200 videos, I think closing in on 300. And yeah, we just come out with videos daily on interesting topics such as this. So yeah, consider subscribing. The thing I want to say is that this new law also doesn't apply to those hired for positions that require federal background checks and clearance. Yeah, so that was interesting to hear.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's all federally still illegal. So until they say that it's good to go across the United States, then it's like, well, I guess you can't be doing that, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, in October, Governor Newsom signed another bill. It's the Senate Bill 700 related to cannabis that will block most employers from asking job applicants about their prior cannabis use.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you could ask about that. I feel like every job that I've been to has never
asked you.
Yeah, has never asked me.
I mean, maybe you're just not into these fields where it's required, like sobriety is required.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm wondering what types of jobs that they're asking for. Train drivers?
I'm pretty sure.
Probably construction workers, if they're saying this, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want them. I mean, if it's off on their own time, I don't think it's going to affect them, like, during the job. You know?
That's true.
But I guess, I'd have to look more into, like, the research of, like, how long, like, the effects would, like, last. But I don't think it would last like that long, or maybe they would have to. I feel like they would probably have like a thing where like you can only use it before, like, on your days like off or like a long vacation or something like that.
Yeah, but this effectively is saying it's that you can't like in general you won't be able to discriminate. Any employer won't be able to discriminate about previous cannabis use or if they use it on their free time. So,
but like, how if you're working with like dangerous chemicals, like that's okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there's so many jobs that I feel like can be impaired, but
work in a biolab.
Work in a biolab and this is happening. I mean, like, the thing is that I feel if your performance is doing well, then I think, and if you're able to do the job safely and follow the rules, then I think you should be fine. You could do what you want in your own time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like, for me, I don't judge what you guys do, but I do understand that if you are declining because of this sort of aspect, then it kind of makes sense. I feel like, and the thing is, like, California is like an at-will state, so they could essentially just fire you for most things. So if your performance is lacking and they just fire you, they could just say that.
Yeah. But I mean, I do think it's like, I feel like construction workers would probably be the ones who would want to use. I mean, I don't know.
To use it the most,
or just in general, like why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like, it's strange. It is honestly strange on why the construction trade is so long.
They're really the ones like zeroed in on, like, I don't know. Maybe there might be some sort of like data behind it as well.
I think that there might be more inherent risk to their at their job site that they want to make sure that they're perfectly safe and nothing else is obstructing their duties.
But I mean, like, but the construction workers can still get blackout drunk. And that's that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Like, so yeah, I don't understand like why exactly it has to be the construction workers too. I think they just got wrapped up in all of this that they won't be protected. But yes, I wanted to ask the question if our audience has heard about this or if our audience knows exactly why construction workers also might be excluded from this, because for us it's like, I think it's the safety aspect of it, but
But I
that's
mean,
the only
like,
thing I could see.
imagine if you're working at like a warehouse and then you are driving a forklift.
I would imagine they'd be just as in much
But they're
danger as
not-
construction workers.
Yeah, you're carrying all this like heavy stuff, or like a Home Depot, and you're
Yeah,
like, driving
Oh
around with
my
like a
God.
bunch of heavy like nails, and then you just drop them on someone.
Yeah, I also would want to know too if they think that this is if RNA thinks that this is a good policy to implement. Because for me, I didn't even know about it, to be honest. I thought everything was like okay, because I don't necessarily follow this industry. But when I heard about it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that jobs were discriminating against this.
Yeah, I think it's any job that like requires you to be like really focused
Hmm.
type thing. Like I said, like, you know, plane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like plane or train or
Yeah,
all
because
of
I mean,
these.
another thing is that it kind of goes into the whole question of like whether or not people should be, because it's like there was the different substance, but the mushrooms and the pilot
yeah.
who went on a flight and then he had taken mushrooms before. I don't know if that directly led to this happening, but then the guy tried to like crash the plane.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was wild, by the way.
And he was off duty. He was just flying around, or he was just a normal passenger, but was on the plane anyways.
It makes me wonder if that part of the industry is going to be regulated now because of things like that. Because
Yeah.
he tried to crash the plane off duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. I could see maybe like that, but it's like, I don't know. It's not for me to decide. I don't know. It's like there's give and take, I suppose. But I also wonder why it's only specifically construction people, and it probably could be brought into more industries.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
it could be argued for a bunch of different things. Like imagine, like I was like,
the
oh,
forklift driver makes sense.
forklift driver.
Yeah.
But then like, how if people? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure like,
You're
a
worried
lot of
with heavy
people-
equipment. Anything with
well,
heavy equipment, I
yeah.
think would be.
but how about like food safety?
Oh, food safety.
But then,
Oh, yeah, true. That is true. I didn't. Even
I
think
don't
about
know.
that.
You get this. I feel like you could make the argument with like literally anything that like affects people.
I do
So it's
wonder
like
how
I don't
they
know
decide.
where you would like draw the line.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this pizza's still good. It's like, I don't know, whatever.
But let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this.